what does Avalanche look like in 10 years?
Okay, that's a great question. So one of the many innovations in Avalanche is this idea of multiple subnets. So Avalanche is not a singular solution. So almost everybody who starts out in the space, what they do is they copy the Bitcoin vision and they add a little tweak. So they have a single coin, a single virtual machine, and a single network. And then they say, hey, buy my coin, it's going to do this, that, and the other. Maybe they changed a little thing in the virtual machine, and they say, oh, I added this, that, or the other. Now I've got something new. Avalanche is not like this. Avalanche, think of it as a network of networks. In Avalanche, you have the Avax coin, but you also have any other numbers of coins. All of them are at an equal level. And you can introduce new virtual machines. And most importantly, you can create new networks for those virtual machines and those new assets that you created. What does this mean? This means that an enterprise can build something on Avalanche that is dedicated to their own use. They can restrict who participates in their network. If they want, they can close it off, and they have a private permission chain. If they want, they can open it up. They can say, hey, you can participate in our network, and they can have arbitrary limits if they want. So, to participate in my network, you have to have a beefy machine. Or I designed my network to appeal to small machines. You can have Raspberry Pis and Raspberry Pis only. But most importantly, from a legal perspective, you can say things like, to participate in my network, you have to uphold the GDPR in the EU. Or you have to be an American node, or you have to be under Chinese jurisdiction or Indonesian or whatever else. And that opens up an entirely different world, because now you can program your network in the same way that Ethereum opened up the programmability of the asset. We open up the programmability of the network. And that is incredibly key. And I think it's something that a lot of people don't understand just how important that is. Talk to your lawyer friends and talk to anybody who understands an enterprise or any kind of a digital asset and say, hey, or any kind of an asset. Say, I want to digitize this asset. What are your concerns? And they will say, I want control over its lifetime. And if you can't control the network, you cannot control the asset. So 10 years, Avalanche will have on it many, 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 many different coins. It will have many different subnets. It will have subnets dedicated to assets in different legal jurisdictions. It will have all kinds of supra jurisdictions, if you will, jurisdictions that span multiple legal jurisdictions. It will have all kinds of exciting new assets. We are beginning to get a glimpse of this with ILOs. We have assets on top of Avalanche that nobody else has or has even thought of, called initial legal offerings. It will have many different revolutionary things, assets that can be traded very, very cheaply because of the underlying protocol. And that means that the systems are open to use by a much bigger user community. So in 10 years, much, much bigger system, many different subnets dedicated to different use cases, and more assets than anyone can shake a stick at.